Alrighty. Good morning. Where are we going? I'm gonna go check on Stevie. We're going into hang out at the slabs for a little bit. Figured I'd give y'all room that y'all can chit chat with. I don't look at the comments anymore during morning devotion. They kind of mess me up when I'm trying to read, so I do these. I do the little Hangout stream afterwards, so that whoever had anything they were trying to say, they could say it then. I didn't catch hardly any of the comments. What?
My hair.
Okay, so your hair is frizzy. You gonna throw you in the canal?
No.
That sounds fun. Sounds like I might get in trouble for it, but sounds like fun. Hey, is this a better place to mount the camera, Joyce? You were talking about the other spot was, I guess, too low, and it got a. Whoa! What was that? What did I run over? I didn't behind the car, did I? Oh, never mind. That's that fender well. You know that thing come loose over there. Yeah, when you're doing a tight turn. What's up? I heard John Freeman left with his crew. I was kind of surprised he trashed the corner and his video. My teacher's on. I guess he's out now. Yeah, safe travels for Freeman. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that video, or part of it. I don't know. I seen one where somebody was in his face hollering at him, and then I seen the next one, and it was just you had to set a reminder. I seen the next one talking about he's leaving the slabs, and when it finally came on, he was in a van with a couple other guys out on the road. So yeah, I guess he's gone. I don't know. She said stuff and drama stuff, but what it looked like to me, it looked like from the time that he did the video on with the BB gun shooting the tweakers, he's been progressively getting more and more, or having more and more problems. Yeah, he's got to learn, that's all. And I knew as soon as I seen that video, I was like, oh man, that's just asking for trouble. I mean, you're out there with a BB gun shooting people going through your property and calling them tweakers. That's not going to end well. You know, because you're going to piss somebody off. Tweakers or not, they got feelings. They're going to get mad. I know it wouldn't matter how bad I was messing up or breaking or anything else. Somebody shot me with a daggum BB gun. Whether I was on drugs or not, I'd be really mad. Although I wouldn't be walking through somebody's camp tweaking, I don't tweak, and I'm trying to stay out of respect out of other people's property and other people's area and stuff, but at the same time, maybe you can't sit there and expect that to go well. But I like Raymond. He's a cool guy. He's young. He doesn't. You know, like they say, he's still wet behind the ears, man. Come on, give him a break. But he's on the road, and I pray he has very safe travels, and I pray that him and his new wife there find some place to call That's very well. Whoever got that trailer there, they didn't put a big enough board on the trailer jack. Did you see that? The trailer just went straight. I was parked in a big stand. And there is some sinkholes out here. There is some sand. If you walk too fast through it, you'll sink. This place is full of about every kind of sand you can imagine. They got a matter of fact, I'm not barefooted a lot out here. And I have found sand that was out towards the old camp that was loose sand, just like sugar sand. But it was extremely rough on your feet to walk on. I mean, it was like walking and sliding your feet on sandpaper. Literally, it was hard to explain. I don't know that it was like that. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, yeah, it's one of those, you'd have to see it to understand it. But I'm missing all these comments. Thank you.
If we didn't have the camera on.
It would have gotten me. But quite possibly. Quite possibly. Yeah, they were, I'm not siding with anybody, I'm just saying what I know of her. She's a really cool person. Yeah, I am in the side, so chances are it's going to buffer periodically, but just give it a minute. I'll be right back in service area. I'm quite literally stopping by Mama D's. I don't know if it's going to buffer while I'm there, but I'm literally stopping there and seeing if Steve-O got his stuff figured out. I'm supposed to take him in the Brawley today. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Like I said, it was buffer. A hair tie and hair tied the phone to my rearview mirror. So I got a better phone spot for when we're going into town. Good morning.
Yeah, still need a ride. I couldn't figure out how to get the PayPal to work trying to use Bear's phone last night. The guy first thing this morning found my card.
Oh, you found your card? Okay, so you don't need to do it through PayPal?
No,
cool.
But I still need to go to Walmart.
That's fine.
Ian wants to go because he's got food stamps.
Who?
Ian.
I don't know an Ian.
Yeah, you do.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care who they are. If they need a ride, let's go for it.
You know an Ian.
I don't know anybody by name. You know that.
And
Mama D. It took forever for me to remember Mama D.
what do you want me to get?
How long do you think it's going to take to remember? I don't even remember what you said now. What was it? Aaron?
Ian.
Ian. We're live streaming, by the way.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Oh.
Good morning, folks.
Good morning. There's Mama D.
With my curly, crazy hair.
Yep, I gotta grab my phone block. Mama D. Mama D.
Yes? What's happening?
You want a cold Coke?
Heck yeah. I won't say no to that.
Figured not.
Cola.
Want a cold beer?
No, but I know somebody who would. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Oh yeah, it tore our camp up. That wind did. Tore it up bad. All that work we did on that camp. Jeez almighty, that wind tore that camp up so bad it was unreal. All right, I'm trying to. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Trying to get the charger. Let's see. Yeah, we got charge now. I can put that up there. All right, let's see. I'll be headed out to the slabs at 9 a.m. or so tomorrow morning. All right, we can't wait to meet you. I've been kind of hoping to meet you here pretty soon. I've seen you on your videos and everything quite a bit, Mac. And
Back. I was all up sick with that. So
there we
Yeah.
go. We're back. I don't have hardly any service out here. I done dropped all my viewers. Had about 20 of them in
my
there.
phone goes in and out constantly. I can only seem to get it for like 10 minutes at a time. It's just like,
There we go. People are jumping back in now. They'll jump back into it whenever they realize that, oh, he's got service. Sorry about all the buffering. I told you, run out of service up that way.
I was fooling the old guy yesterday.
Wow. And 102 years old, the oldest slapper. Nice. He didn't look no 102.
No, he doesn't. I put him like 80, 90 maybe.
Where's his camp? I would love to actually sit down and just chat with him for a little while.
Yeah, time. What they call it? She takes care of him. Mostly.
Yeah.
Somebody offered him a sleep yesterday. He goes, no, I'm not old enough.
He's not old enough.
That's what he said. He said, no, I'm not old enough.
Nice.
That's so funny.
Nice.
I was 100 kids. So that's the fever.
Why is that rattling? Did it not shut? Really?
No, that's the door does that. That's why it's hard to open, is because that the thing that keeps it latched in doesn't work. It's just the latch part itself that works. It's the worst spot on the road right there.
Everybody does something like that.
I usually drop it all the way down, but that truck's in the way.
Yeah.
Because I'd fix to hook up to that camper. It's got a lot of people heading out.
Yeah. Sparser and sparser.
Yeah.
Right. I said right. And when I said that was a terrible windstorm.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that windstorm tore our camp up bad.
How did you sleep with that kid?
Alright. It fell down about 2 or 3 times.
I was thinking it probably just.
It's just like being in an extra thick sleeping bag. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the top part of it's messed up, so they got it balanced on two boards buried in the ground, 2 posts. Buried in the ground and all that, And as soon as the wind starts blowing, it just jiggles that plate back and forth until it ends up blowing it out of both sides.
Right.
I went down to check on Dakota Yeah, he got the other day, right? Yeah, somebody stuck him in the back of the limousine.
See, I kind of think this people to come in is their mom.
Yeah, the dog's getting hit. Yeah,
Really? He got stabbed.
yeah, ish. I mean, it's
Stabbed-ish.
yeah, it's more of a gash than a stab. He got him like right between his side and his arm. Yeah, right there in the crease. So I got his arm and his side. He couldn't really go into either.
Oh, wow.
But that's he lost a lot of blood still from it, and that's where he was doing all that mess. So he's coming off of that, and trying to bring back blood, all that shit. So I probably was can't get him on top of him.
Oh, yeah.
He's just laying there like,
Oh, boy.
I was worried about him when I went to lay down last night because he was up around talking. It's gonna take a couple days to grow back his blood, get his body used to being clean.
Right. Yeah, definitely. That's the hardest part of it. That's why I let people in that do that type of stuff, and at the same time I don't allow it at the camp and stuff. It's more of a, eventually I want to try to build a sanctuary over on the other side of the driveway.
Yeah.
And then I want to build another camp right next to it that's, so you can help keep an eye on it. More of it was an idea that some people on YouTube had given me about a sobriety camp.
Yeah.
Actually, believe it or not, yeah, and you'll be able to, because trust me, if anybody's there and bringing dope in, I'll put a stop to it and get them out of there, because I don't want anybody in that's doing it. I don't, that or not that it's doing it, but that is actually has it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they're coming down there to try to sober up some or whatever, then that's cool. That's great.
Yeah.
But if they're coming down there to keep using,
Yeah.
then they need to take that stuff and go home somewhere else.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it'd be a really good idea. I just haven't figured out exactly how to put it all in action, to where it works, right?
Yeah.
That, and I don't want the camp to get really big like it was last time.
Yeah.
Last time we had a really good sized camp there, but the open door policy was letting everybody in and out of the camp and everything. It was really, it was hard on me and her. That's why our camp is our camp.
Yeah.
But I'm going to build something on the outskirts that is, has a complete open door policy,
Yeah.
Obviously no drug policy, but if it's not natural, it doesn't belong. It's not, weeds, weeds fine.
Yeah. Like Cat Williams said, it's not a drug. Drugs, you gotta do stuff to it chemically. Add water, baking soda, stir it up. I don't know the recipe. I'm just saying.
I don't know the recipe, but do that, or put some batteries and some acid in a 2-liter bottle and shake it up.
Shake it up. Shaking it.
Yeah, I know. That was the dumbest idea I ever had. One day, a friend of mine was very well known for that. I'm looking at it. I was bad about prepping. I'd saved up, camping gear and survival gear and guns and everything else. And I got thinking one day, they were they were talking about war here in the U.S. at the time. This was years ago. And I was sitting there thinking about it. I was like, well, I can see the advantages of being able to stay up all night if you were trying to protect your family or something, you know. So I understand the concept with the dope. And so then I got my friend to show me how it was made, and you can't just stop there.
Yeah.
You know, and next thing I know, I was all kind of strung out there for a long while. Yeah, I'm 6 years clean now, but
Yeah.
I've never touched dope once in my life, and I'm proud of it, man.
it's a good deal. Don't touch it. It ain't worth the crap.
I see enough guinea pigs to say, hey, okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
Good.
You know, it was simply one of those dumb ideas, which I have dumb ideas periodically. It was one of those dumb ideas, you know, hey, I could see the use of being able to stay up all night, you know, if you're protecting your family or trying to, you know, if you got war and you got people trying to hunt you and stuff, you know, so I could see wanting the knowledge on how it was made. But after I learned the knowledge on how it was made, and I kept trying to perfect the making process and testing it, the testing process kind of took over.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was, a year and a half, 2 years later, but I finally was like, wait a minute, this is not good. I don't need this. And finally got away from it. But there's so many people they don't have very strong will when it comes to it, and it's a lot harder for some. It was hard for me, but it was nowhere near as hard as I've seen it for other people, you know. I was really blessed with that, but
I know I'm a drug addict, but I've got that addictive personality.
yeah,
And so I gotta stay away from certain things like that.
that's what I
Get too drunk and leave me alone, and
right.
I'll do it sometimes. But
Most people do almost anything when they're drunk.
yeah, but I kept the rule, you know, that if I'm dumb enough to do it, drunk or something like that, I won't do one line, you know, get the hell away from the people doing it, you know.
Right.
But I'm a dumbass, you know, somebody's like,
Yeah, it's
it's there.
not that easy.
Sure. And then as soon as I do it, I'm like, okay, I want more. I better leave.
Right.
I already want more. It's time to get up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think any of it's any good. Not even a little dose. But it took me a while to get that way around.
I'll tell you, no, I don't mess around.
Right.
Get me super drunk. No, I don't do anything.
But see, that's why the Bible says you should not get stubborn drunk.
Yeah.
Because you do stupid stuff.
Exactly.
You know?
I remember I met this kid named Brady up by Pastor Names the first year that I graduated. Yeah.
Nice.
And the first thing that he told me, he says there's 2 rules when it comes to slams. Rule number 1, don't burn plastic because it'll piss off your neighbor. Rule number 2, don't smoke meth because it'll make you do dumb shit like burn plastic and piss off your neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, take off on your neighbor.
Yeah, we had a guy come over there just for him. Hey, you all right with drinking? I was like, well, I kind of look at it like the Bible says, give drink to heavy hearted, heavy weight. Drink and be merry, but don't be stubborn drunk. I said, that's my rules. I don't care about drinking. I have my rules on down with the campus. You can drink, but when you start becoming get to that drunk stage, you got to cut it off because I won't allow drunks there. You know. And he got in there. He's a really neat guy. But you can tell that he must have had a couple of other beers that I wasn't aware of. Boy, he went from normal to just almost pissing on himself drunk in a matter of no time. And all I see, he bought him one of those old English, something, I don't know, brown can or whatever. And then he asked me for a beer because I had a 6-pack. So I gave him one of my Coors Light. That should have been all he had, was one of those big tall bottles, which is the equivalent of what, 2 beers?
Yeah.
And then that one other beer. So what, 3 beers?
Yeah.
He had to have had something other than that. Either that or he doesn't drink hardly ever because his tolerance is just like extremely low. 3 beers and he was about to piss on himself.
Did you catch me on an empty stomach though and dehydrated?
He went and rolled
3 beers or 3 shots, I can start feeling it.
He rolled a cigarette and went to lick the cigarette to fasten it. He licked right through the middle of the cigarette. I still cannot fathom how that happened. He literally ate the middle of the cigarette. He had 2 little bitty pieces on both sides, and he's over there trying to roll them up.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I was like, dude, just wait until Selena gets in the car. She'll roll you a cigarette, please. Because he was rolling out of our, out of our cigarette stuff. I'm like, oh my
Give you a
goodness.
cigarette to smoke, but you can't. It
Yeah.
takes a lot more to get that nicotine fix that way.
But he's a really neat guy. Y'all probably know him. One of the only black dudes out there.
No.
He lives past the library down there. What is his name? I can't think of his name at all.
They've got
His-
the Outer Limits
his,
back there.
yeah.
They named their place the
His
Outer
boyfriend is across the street and is a special needs person, I think is what he said. But he lives past the library there. Really cool guy, though. Yeah, he was at the camp when we showed back up, and I thought he opened up the front door, the tent door. I thought he opened it up, and I was fixing to say something to him about it. And by the time I got closer to it, I realized that the wind had ripped the deals loose from the little blankets that were on both sides of it, and very respectful. I mean, he's a really neat guy. What's your name again? Ian? Somebody just told me that name. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Okay, never mind. Ian. I got Steve-O now. Yeah, before we even get to Raleigh.
I lived on the streets of San Diego for 7 years.
Did you?
Yeah. I had enough of it. I came here.
I just came from San Diego myself. Well, Escondido.
Yeah, it's up north.
Yeah, I went. Well, we traveled all over the United States, 21,000 miles all over the United States, and then we ended up. I get it. We ended up getting back here, and we decided to go up to San Diego for some work, Escondido. Which worked out pretty good. We were renting a garage apartment, everything, but I don't know. Slabs just feels like home, and it was calling for us, so
Yeah, I came here.
we left the garage apartment, left the job, left everything, come on back down here, and now I'm working on trying to get started.
Running my brought down to Slabs on Christmas and New Year's to go visit for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Came out. I knew Mama D was here. I've known her for 10 years. And so I didn't know bad I had to leave. Where do I go? Oh. What's prepared to stay?
right? Just wait until the middle of summer. Everybody wants to go about that time. It's just a matter of only the strong survive then. But trust me, even the strongest said they're like, man, I need to get out of here. This desert is, this is insane. It gets so intensely hot. But We love it. We love the heat and stuff. We know exactly what we're getting ourselves into. We were here last year.
Yep.
All year. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, the camp we got now is nowhere near as big, so it's gonna work out better this year. That plus I've got like I said, I've got the tree next to us that is vacant. I'm gonna try to build a kind of like I guess like a bunk camp. You know, a camp that is set up and it'll have everything it needs.
Yeah.
But it'll have sleeping quarters, you know, like bunks and stuff, where multiple people can stay, you know.
Yeah.
And we'll try to figure out the details, but I think, honestly, I believe it or not, you don't know Cadillac Sam, right? You used to run the hostel? Cadillac Sam. Anyway, he's the one that mentioned the idea of a sobriety camp. Which was kind of, I laughed at it at first. I thought, what in the world? No, and then I got thinking about it, sitting there thinking gets me in trouble every single time.
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking, you know, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all, and actually, I think it'll work. It's just a matter of how to put because we have to have the rules and the stuff like that all established first, instead of trying to figure it out like we did last time. Because last time we kept having to change the rules up because somebody would, you know, take advantage of that one or advantage of this one or whatever. And we kept having to change the rule up, and then it got to where everybody was like, well, I forgot what the rules are. You keep changing it up. So it's like, all right, well, we got to establish that first, obviously.
They just passed laws in Ohio where like ex-addicts can start rehabs and shit. Yeah, they got the best kind of experience with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so a person that has several years clean,
Yeah.
or at least a couple of years, at least a year.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, she's right at a year clean, or just over a year clean. And you know, your mindset does not change for the first year or so. It takes almost a year, if not a little bit longer, before you build that hatred for it. And it doesn't seem now people that do it, you know, they do their dope, they do their acid, they trip, whatever. You know, they do all of that stuff, and I can sit right there and watch them. It doesn't bother me at all now.
Yeah.
Now, several years ago, I probably couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know, it would have bothered me really bad. But, you know, once you've been, you know, a year, 2 years, whatever, then yeah, you are very, very much the best person to be able to help them do it, as long as you're strong-willed enough to where you're not going to be tempted.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be able to, you have to know yourself. You have to know that if you walk in like a sobriety camp, if we built a sobriety camp, I know that if I walk in and catch somebody using, I'm not going to sit down and say, hey, can I get a line? I'm going to say, nope, that is not allowed. You and that stuff need to leave. You need to get rid of it. Come back when you're clean. You know, or come back when you don't have it. Yeah, ready to get clean. You have to be willing to get clean yourself, you know. But most people that have just gotten clean and only a few months clean or whatever else, they walk in on that and they're going to be like, you know what, a little bit ain't going to hurt.
Yeah.
You know?
I've got so long clean. I've got it under control.
Yeah.
That's the biggest mistake.
Yeah, a lot of people believe they believe they have it under control because oh yeah, I'm a year clean. I've got it under control. She believes she's got it under control, and I think she does. But for the most part, you know, somebody offers it, and you don't know it's there. There's always some live streaming. I know what he's wanting. He want me to come pick him up or come by the camp or something or another.
Yeah, I had 19 and a half years clean.
Which is great because he's got some really good smoke.
I went into the hospital one day because I had this big bruise forming from my arm.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah.
They told me I had 4 hours left to live. I said, well, time to go get high.
And that's when you
Yeah.
overloaded on it.
Yeah. 4
Yeah,
months
I
later, I was
remember.
still alive, but I was still strong.
Yeah.
I called my dad crying like a little girl. Said, "Get me off that shit."
Well, see, you have several different types of people that are, users. You have the very avid users that are what everybody calls tweakers because they're running around there with flashlights on their head all night long trying to pick up shinies.
Yeah.
And then you've got the functional tweakers, or functional addicts is what they call it. They function well and they do good, and you really can't tell. I mean, you can tell, but you can't really tell if you get what I'm saying, and then you have the ones that are sociable users, and you can't really tell that they use at all.
Yeah.
They just use when they party and stuff.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to identify all of them in order to be able to come up with an idea on how to help them. And everybody's different.
Yep.
So that's what I'm struggling trying to figure out because I don't know all the ins and outs on that by no means.
That's why I was bringing up, they got addicts running them rehabs now. Find you somebody like that and, call them up, tell them what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
Explain what Slab City is.
Yeah.
You probably have to explain that to them.
But
once they hear how bad Slab City can get, they'd be willing to talk to you and help you, I'm sure.
it'd be
An
really
ex-addict himself. Yeah.
it'd be really interesting. You're helping people out at the same time you get to see the transformation.
Yeah.
Which of course the very beginning stages of the transformation really sucks because man they're hurting all the time. They're irritable and they're wanting to give up. They're depressed. They're moody. Everything happens when you're trying to come off of all of that. I mean, a wide variety of things happen to people and stuff. But afterwards, after that, because you meet them, and half the time they're strung out when you meet them.
Yeah.
They're usually probably high when you meet them.
Yeah.
And so you get to see that part of them. You see what they have become. But then you get to watch the transformation of them becoming themselves.
Yeah.
And, not a beautiful yet difficult thing to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, and then everybody's different with it. Also, you got the ones that, they're coming off a mess, so they're, I don't know, I guess they hadn't ate in a month or so they're hungry. They try to eat everything in sight.
Yeah.
You got the ones that can't stomach anything. They immediately start eating and they puke for a month. It seems like everything they eat, they can't keep it down because their body's rejecting everything because it wants to dope.
Yeah.
And you get so many different because everybody's different. Mine when I got straightened out on all of that and I went through my withdrawals from the dope, not the pills. I was strung out on pills really bad. That happened a little bit afterwards, but when I was strung out on that and I went and got clean, mine was I had like a serious anger issue. I would get mad about anything. I mean, just ridiculously mad. Like literally trying to tear things up and stuff. And then I dropped all of the pain pills and everything else. I dropped all of that at the same time, or well, not at the same time, but shortly after, about a month or so after. The whole process of stopping everything took about 2.5 months. I stopped the dope right off the bat, and then the Adderall and the pain pills and all of that started coming about a month after that. I started getting where I realized I was taking way too much of that. You know, I was snorting 2 or 3 pain pills every morning just to get one started, and then 2 or 3 times through the day, and chewing up pain pills, and, you know. But when I come off of it completely, I had gotten an old house there in Muskogee, and everybody turned their ex and come out there and seen it. They seen what I pretty much seen what I did to it. It's what I call fighting my demons. Of course, I wasn't fighting anything. I was fighting with myself. I was fighting the house, actually. But I seen a doctor a little while after that, and they said it's coming off of all of the pills that I was taking at the time. The effects of how many pills and everything I was taking should have killed me coming off of it. So the way he described it is, he said it was more like it was frying your brain.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was fighting demons. I was literally face to face with them, and I wasn't doing nothing but tearing the house down from the inside out. Surprised that house didn't fall down on us. It was just an old beat up house that probably needed to be bulldozed down any which way. And charged me $300 a month in rent and never came and collected rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I lived there for 6 months. I think I paid 1 month rent. You know, and when I left from there, that house, oh my goodness, that house was tore up when I got there, but it was destroyed when I got done.
Yeah.
But went through there on this trip. I went through there and passed by the house, didn't we? There's people living in it. They fixed it up and everything. So,
That's cool.
you know, but it's amazing when it takes its toll on people, what a person will do when they're not in their right mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was frying my brain. And I've noticed since then I've got a lot of concentration issues. You know, it did its number to me.
Oh yeah.
It definitely did its number to me. It's definitely not a road I'll ever go down again. It's actually quite the opposite. It's one of those roads I'd like to try to help as many off of as I can.
So enjoy the chat.
Stand at the fork in the road and help people through.
Tomorrow morning. Cool.
Tomorrow morning. Awesome. Yes. All right. Anyway, guys, my phone's almost dead, and I'm not carrying that battery pack into Walmart. I'll do another video here a little while later, maybe when we get back to the camp, and show you my beginning process of the garden. And please stay tuned for a little bit later on when we do the munchies with Tommy. Remember we were talking about we're going to do some strange and unusual type foods and stuff like that for munchies with Tommy. We got a special one today. We are going to try snails. My stomach is turning thinking about it, so hope and pray that I don't end up puking. But I am going to attempt not only eat one, I'm going to attempt to eat a dozen snails. Large snails. There's a dozen of them in that can. So if this is as nasty as what people say it is, well, at least it's going to come in with some really good content. Because that is, and if you're weak at stomach, you might want to keep your finger close to the pause button or something, because if it's nasty, I'm definitely going to end up puking.
Come on, puker.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks to the idea was given to me from watching a Catfish Cooley video. Thanks, Catfish Cooley. We'll see how this works. Anyway, love you guys. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all have a blessed day.